surrounded by the moat. There's a path down there. Jump down from the wall and flee.
Pigs! Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast! Ah!
아니 이거 어떻게 하지? 도망쳐! 도망쳐! 큰일났다. 아이고. 길이 여기가 아니야. 그래, 싸우지 않아도 되는 거야. 뛰어서 도망쳐야겠다.
Go to hell, you Tatar beast! Ah!
잠깐만, 말을 타고 싶었는데요. 뭐였지? E가 말 타는 건가?
Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
X가 바로 올라타기인데.
Minun jobbaan värkyt sana rossablästeribont. Hoppitsába, mi ez? Nyírjátok ki a fattyút! Még sajnálni fogom, hogy megjelentél itt, te szaros!
온다. 온다. 그냥 쭉 달려. 뭐야, 저장됐다. 역시 3대1은 안되지. 못해. 아이고. 으악! 난 아직 붕대를 감을 줄 몰라? 아, 아 와리가리 와리가리.
Hamburg is to the left along the stream.
와리가리 와리가리.
Végettek, genyó!
와리가리 와리가리. 아
Ma pokóba végre!
아.
Most véget!
아 도대체 이게 뭐야? 몇 명이 나를 쏘는 거야?
Warn the others. They've tore its scallops.
Kibalatlag!
아, 난 죽어.
Tetve!
빨리 달리고 있는 거 맞아? 근데 죽겠다 이거. 아유 가다칠료로 죽었네 이거. 스킵해 스킵. 달려 달려. 팔로우 감사합니다. 이제 급해 급해. 근데 아까보다 더 빠른 것 같은데 말이? 뭐야? 오오오오오오오오오. 뭐 아까보다 더 빨라졌는데? 뭐야 이거? 그래서 내가
Left.
잠깐만
Hamburg is to the left
Oh.
along the stream.
어우 야 근데 너무 많이 맞았는데? 아 벌써? 아까랑 똑같은데? 어우 피 너무 많이 흘려요. 아니 이거 도착할 수 있을까? 아니 또 붙었어? 칼 표시가 또 떴는데 위에?
Flee!
아유 나 죽겠다 또. 아이
Égette, genyó! Eltaposlak
Szétszakad
Warn
széteket!
the others. They've tore its scallops. Yeah. Go! They'll kill you all.
이 시프트 누르면 더 빨리 달리는구나. 근데 난 또 눕는다. 붕대를 감을 줄 몰라서. 안 맞고 가야 되는 건가? 맞는 순간 이제 그냥 이렇게 되네. 맞으면 안 돼. 무빙. 어쩔 수 없어요. 와리가리 쳐야 돼 이거.
Left. Hamburg is to the left along the stream.
Tudod, hogy fog végződni.
그래도 안 맞았어. 체력이 없으면 그만큼 스태미너도 다는구나. 이 게임이 또 붙었어? 이거 안 되는데?
Run for it.
Tudom, hogy fog végződni.
빨리 살려! 런!
They'll kill you all.
런!
Végettek, genyó!
아니 언제까지 따라붙는 거야? 저 말 타가지고 저희
Go! They'll kill you all.
날 쫓아오는 거야. 내가 전령 저 전화할까봐? 팔 그만 쏴라.
Szétszabdallak, te postalicska!
아 됐다. 와 씨.
Jesus Christ!
욕하는 거 같다.
Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Hagyjuk! Húzzunk innen!
아. 와, 나 몇 번이나 죽은 거야.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground, slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that hair out.
아, 아파.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone.
아, 그냥 살만
It only
찔린
needed
거야?
bandaging, and
어.
I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work.
Get back to
You'll have
work.
to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
그것도 부축해 주시네.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers?
나
Will there
기회
be more
모르는데.
survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm
Henry.
son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
아, 아까 멋있게 3대1 이겼어야 됐는데. 아. 그럼 잘 걸어 댕기네. 잘 걷는다. 잘 걸어.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the
졸린가 봐.
countryside to make horseshoes.
Please tell me what happened in
I can't
Skalitz.
understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Oh, God. Eat. Food.
나 뭐하라고 그래서? 여기 들어가서 뭐 먹으라는 건가?
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you.
맞아, 여자친구는
Tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul, after everything he's been through?
이상한
He must be as
테레사만
hungry as a
구해줬네.
bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it.
여기서는 뭐하고 살라나?
Good night, man.
아유, 큰일났네. 큰일났어.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
신발 벗고 자라고. 와, 구운 오리다. 깬 렌즈콩이다. 음식. 뭐야. 눈 감긴다. 아직 다 못 먹었어. 먹어. 아직 더. 렌즈콩. 오케이. 더 먹어야 돼. 이제 배부를까? 그래도 좀 더 챙겨놓자. 내일 아침까지 대비해야지. 사과도 하나만 더 챙겨가. 요리사.
Good evening.
그럼요. 아니야, 저거는 먹을 수 있는 거야.
Where's that chamber for me to sleep?
Evans, are you still confused after what happened?
앞마당이 어딘데?
It's in the lodge in the courtyard.
숙소가 어딘데?
Thank you.
그걸 알려줘야지.
Goodbye.
어우 눈 감겨. 눈 감겨. 여긴가봐. 여긴가봐 여기. 이거야? 뭐 책 표시가 있네. 자기. 얼마나 오래 자시겠습니까? 대충 10시간? 여덟 시간? 9시간 자자. 9시간. 뭐야?
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
자다가 깼나 보네. 신발 벗고 잘했는데.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy.
와, 야식이다.
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
술.
It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady. Thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now,
여기서 새 삶을 살아야 돼?
Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
I could do.
뭐야, 나 어디 갔어?
You might be right, my lady.
저 어디 있죠?
I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other.
보통 이거 얼굴 나와야 되는 거 아니야?
I went to the tavern to buy ale for father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
비앙카 어떡하냐.
When I'd done all the errands,
뭐야, 나 어디 갔어? 아, 여기 있다.
I promised
아유,
father I'd
깜짝이야.
help him with his work
왜
and I didn't
침대에 앉아있지 않았나?
He was forging a
잘
sword for
옮겼대.
Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised father's work and said that with his smithing skills,
그러니까
he could
프라하나
easily make a
비엔나에서
living in
성공할
Prague or
건데
Vienna.
왜
You don't say.
변경에 있었던 거야?
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armor glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied.
구현 설명 잘한다.
They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
구현 동화 해도 될 듯.
Awful.
and then death descended on Skalitz.
맞아.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him
나는
fight like that.
왜 안 보여줘
But
얼굴?
then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
그리고 많이 죽었지. 죽어라고 도망쳤습니다.
I ran as if my life depended on it, which it did. But my guardian angel watched over me and I made it to the mill below the castle.
It's as well you did.
평판
The
상승.
Lord be praised.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a
이거까지
group of human
얘기하네.
savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person.
하지만 난 그냥 도망쳤는 걸.
And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the
그러니까
rest of my
애들
life.
되게 막 정색하면서 싸우던데.
That's terrible.
왜 다시
How could something
침대
like
앉아
that
있네?
happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings.
맞아, 믿음을 잃어서는 안 되지.
Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed
바로 전쟁이
and my
일어났어?
husband was imprisoned.
Really?
그럼 진짜
My husband
집착했니?
had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain.
어떻게 나왔대?
He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
어후.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
7년 동안.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never.
어,
And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on.
무슨 일이 생긴 거지?
And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
스튜 하나도 안 먹었네.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
신발 벗고 잘했는데 혼나겠다. 꿈이야?
Move it, people! Come on! Come on! Running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Help us soon. Don't be a coward. Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
아는 사람인지 아닌지 확인하는 건가? 선반 위에 횃불을 챙기시오. 이렇게 올빼미 물약을 사용하면 더 좋습니다. 흉벽? 여긴가?
We could hide out somewhere until it blows over. Maybe.
빨리 가보자.
Prepare for the worst, but don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey!
What
What's
happened?
going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Givish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries.
용병도 엄청 많았어? 아.
Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
그래서 누가 왔는데?
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions! Who else, Robber?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
뭐야?
Is his
뭐야?
lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
어제 살아서 왔네.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began,
빨리 열어줘.
Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storming of the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised.
잘
We
나왔네.
wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us.
뭐야,
We
다시
don't
돌아가?
want exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
파트님 하이요.
Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund
추워.
should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am
몇 번
sorry
죽었는지
about what
모르겠는데.
happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Sir!
Quiet!
그래, 거기 가면
Sorry about your
죽어.
father, but getting killed as well won't
어쩔 수
help
없지.
him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you.
Thank
We'll meet
you.
again when circumstances are more favorable.
아, 여기 말고 딴 데 가는 거야?
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Rattay now.
여자친구 없어? 뭐야, 왜 여자친구가 헨리라고 소리 지르야 되는 거 아니야?
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
나 이제 뭐해? 제가 도울 일이 있습니까?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch
Oh.
of the battlements, my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry.
Splendor.
I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Good luck to you.
그럼 나 갑옷 줘요. 뭐 그냥 여기 서 있으면 되는 거야? 뭐가 보이나요? 나 혼자? 사람이 있네.
Good day to you.
What do you think about the Skalitz folk?
It's a hell of a thing. First, everyone is shitting themselves that Sigismund is coming, and then it turns out like this.
그치,
Praise
다행이지.
the Lord they
누가
got out of the siege. Skalitz Castle is
안
well
좋게 말할 사람
fortified,
없지.
all right, but I hear Sigismund's army is huge, and facing him is suicide. Sir Radzig did the right thing. Sorry you didn't manage to.
So am I.
May God use you.
Thank you.
엄청 친절하네. 뭐야?
I reckon that Sir Radzig
그
is
뒤에
a good
뭐야?
man, the way he looks after his people. But you probably know him better.
Not really. I
저
thought I
사람
was
뭐야?
forging a sword for him, and when he came to have a look at it,
뒤에 저 사람 뭐해?
That's it.
같이 똥마려운가? 내가 지금 대화가 종료되길 기다리고 있는 것 같은데?
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
혹시 저는 갑옷이 없나요? 갑옷. 벽에 기대서 키를 눌러서 아침까지니까 대충 2시간 정도면 되지 않을까. 원래 일어나려고 했던 시간이다. 더 있어야 되나? 너무 지루해. 원래 이럴 때는 옆 사람하고 잡담하면서 연결근무 서야 되는데 1시간만 더 버텨봅시다. 뭐야? 뭔데? 아, 여기 원래 오면 안 되는 곳이야? 어쩔 수 없지. 나 어디로 가야 돼요? 여기 어떻게 가는 거지? 뭐야, 저기로 가라는데? 일로 가라고? 여기로 가야 되는 건가? 배고파? 알았어. 내가 먹을 거 챙겨놨지. 역시 먹을 거 챙겨놓길 잘했어. 뭐야? 먹는 동안 올라간 건가? 와, 미쳤다. 엄청 많다.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Ratzik Kobila is not a Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobila is not.
꾸려야 되는 거
And
아니야?
I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
아,
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
물러가는 건가? 근데 엄청 많다 진짜로. 물러나지 않을까? 아, 돌아간다.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
이게 바로 혀가 중요하다는 이유인가? 아빠가 주먹보다는 혀를 쓰라 그랬는데. 허허. 횃불 내려도 되잖아. 내렸겠지? 이거 칼 근데 아까 전에 영주 왔을 때 안 줘도 되는 거였어? 로바트 형.
Jesus Christ be praised.
왜 지기스문트가 스칼리츠를 습격한
Why
겁니까?
did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those.
그냥
And what's more,
말이 안
he
통한다고?
was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
은이 많아서?
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt
이름이 많아.
Sigismund had his fingers
못
in the whole
외우는데.
affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
유충지? 반란이 두려워서?
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his conquest of the Bohemian territories?
That's part of it.
일부야? 아하.
King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague,
왜
the
걸어가면서
most
얘기 안
important
해?
city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire.
영주
He
여기서
who
계속
commands
서
the
있네.
Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most
책 좀
powerful
읽어야겠다.
allies before
글이
they could
눈에 안
stand
들어온다.
against
큰일
him,
났다.
and also gained immense wealth.
Where did these
이것도
Germans come
하고
from anyway?
스칼리츠로 간다
I
그래야겠다.
don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they
헝가리에
came
정착한
from the east
놈들이야.
and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe
명예를
me,
신경 안 써?
it's always about power and money.
역시 돈과 권력이지.
I need to get to Skalitz.
이게
What would you do
짱이지.
there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord
강도
commanded you
귀족
to stay
산적
here.
탈영병. 부모님을 묻어드려야 합니다.
So, Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad.
안
but I
돼.
won't take orders.
평판도
You'll have to
하락됐네.
wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
안 돼.
God be with you.
제일 높은 걸로 했더니 뭐야? 떨어지셨어. 다시 올라가시나? 난 이제 무엇을 해야 하는가? 뭐 언제 올라가셨어? 뭐야? 점프해서 올라가셨나 보다. 뭐야 여기 왜 기막하시죠?
Anyway, you said yourself you don't believe a word Bilbo says. So stop working yourself up. Everything's fine and that's how it'll stay.
Aye, but
No buts. Everything will be alright. Got it?
I suppose.
마을 사람들하고 대화를 해봐야 되나?
God be with you.
What do you think about Sigismund withdrawing?
It was a stroke of good luck. I know everyone says how clever Sir Divish is and all that.
그치.
It was a dangerous
얼마나
situation.
쫄렸겠어.
That Sigismund is awful unpredictable. He abducts the king, raids towns, brings foreign mercenaries into the heart of our country. God alone knows what he'll get up to next.
이 근처에 상인이
Is there
있나요?
someone here who trades in goods?
Votava's your man. He's
오타바?
the local dealer, a skinny fella. I saw him buy the granny.
곡식
He'll
창고.
buy anything that has any value and he'd sell you his own granny. If he hadn't already sold it long since.
대화 종료.
Good luck to you.
I hear that's what them foreign soldiers do, and worse.
Aye.
그 사람이야? 누구야? 누구야?
Have you noticed how all the prices have gone up?
Don't
they always? Indeed. I was talking to some merchant from Prague.
뭐야? 어디 상인 있다면서? 이 사람인가? 아, 이 사람이네.
God be with you.
God be with you.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin.
내가 뭐가 있나? 재산 1.9. 락픽. 보물지도? 저건 뭐야? 할 게 없네. 일단 웹 좀 돌아다녀야지. 나가게 해줘.
Christ be praised.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be
뭐야?
disappointed.
내가 누군지 어떻게 알고?
Sir Divish
하긴
gave orders not to open the gate.
이 지역 사람이면은 처음 보는 사람 정도는 알겠지. 부모님을 묻어드려야 합니다.
Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
실패하겠지 뭐.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in a shit.
성공은 했네.
Otherwise, forget it.
혹시 좋은 생각 있으십니까?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right. I'll have a look around for something.
대화 종료. 그러면 어디 있다고요? 근데 병사처럼 하고 나가면 오히려 더 위험할 것 같기도 한데 아닌가?
What are you doing here? You after something?
네.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? If you don't clear off quick, it'll be the worse for you.
잠깐만요. 내보내 주세요. 그러면 그 길막하지 마시고요.
Come on.
나갈 수 있게 해주세요. 아니 어떻게 알고 또
Something you're looking for here?
왔어? 귀도 밝네. 유산균. 아 락픽이 없다고? 락픽 있는데? 아무 일도 없습니다. 아무 일도 없어요. DBC경. 락픽이 있는데? 아 아까 전에 그거 내 거가 아니고 아까 그 상인 건가 보구나. 그러면 상인한테 가야겠다. 뭐래?
Can we trade? If you've got the coin.
예. 뭐 이렇게 비싸 락픽? 내가 지금 가지고 있는 비싼 게 뭐지? 비싼 게 딱히 없네. 아쉽네. 그러면 여기서 돈을 벌 수 있는 방법이 뭐가 있지? 마을 사람들한테는 딱히 뭘 할 수가 없을 것 같고. 경비병 옷을 입고 싶어요. 딱히 뭐가 없네. 말이 안 걸어지네. 경비병들한테 말해봤자 크게 의미가 없네. 아 깜짝이야. 쏘리. 사적인 공간이군요. 아 쏘리. 근데 어떻게 하는 거야? 퀘스트. 성에서 나가야 해. 그러니까 그 영주님 말고 다른 분 설득해야 되는데 이제 그분 설득 끝났나? 어디 계시죠? 성 안으로 들어가 볼까? 정비병. 여기로 떨어지는 건 안 되나요?
Fuck, that fool from Skalitz has gone and jumped in the moat. Raise the alarm. He's trying to escape.
TT! 여기로 나가지잖아. 트님 하이요. 왜?
Jesus, you gave me the runaround.
아니요, 도둑 아닌데요.
Go, for Christ's sake. I have to bury my parents.
You're going nowhere. Except back inside.
당장 부모님을 묻어줘야 한단 말입니다.
I don't bury them now. They'll be ripped to pieces by jackdaws and scattered over unhallowed ground. And I'm
평판
stuck
산승.
here, a stone's throw away.
All right. Shove me. I'll pretend you caught me off guard and I fell over. I'll deal with the others. You just get out of here on the double.
근데 길을 모르는데요. 길이 어디야? 칼리츠로 가야 되는데 지금 다시 돌아가야 돼. 다시 돌아가야 돼.
Got you.
잠깐만요.
Jesus, you gave me the rubber. You're going no, except back in.
아이.
Let me go. I'll give you silver.
How much?
네, 지금 줄 수 있는 최대한 주겠어.
Not likely. Except back inside.
Attack!
Leave me, I say. Let me go.
Easy, lad. Let's go quietly back to the castle.
Lay a finger on me and I'll stab you.
Are you mad? We're only trying to keep you alive. Stop your shit and come along.
아, 도망쳐! 아, 앞에 또 있어! 아, 도망쳐!
Is that the best you can do?
아! 길을 잘못 들어가지고!